lengthy processes which can be simplified. AI also enhances academic writing in 6 areas. As per this article, AI helps in idea generation, content structuring, literature synthesis, data management, editing, and ethical compliance. So what are the various tools which are used in idea generation and content structuring, literature synthesis, and the other three areas we will be discussing one by one. AI is also transferring academic practices, necessitating broader integration and ethical use in research. As we have a lot of tools which has come in place to support us in our research journey, we should be mindful about the ethical usage of those tools. So these are the major areas highlighted in this particular article, where a larger research community, including the publishers, are now for using the AI tools in the research. We have a lot of support systems and there are also a lot of positive opinions about using AI in the research. How we are going to use, we need to mindfully decide. Moving on to the next slide, we have applications of AI tools in research process, where topic ideation. I have listed few tools here. You can, the participants can kindly make a note of it. And I will be also explaining one or two tools in respective areas. So topic ideation, the initial stage of a research process is to understand a problem, okay, a research problem, a business problem. And based on the research problem, we try to understand the overall area of research. So for topic ideation, we have tools such as Elicit, which extracts key findings from several papers, Research Rabbit, which builds citation gaps and author networks, and Lit Maps and Insightful kind of tools which visualize research trends over time. Whereas literature screening, once we understand our basic area of research, once we understand the business problem, we take supporting evidences from Elicit, Research Rabbit, Litmaps, or Insightful kind of tools to understand whether we have a significant scope to do research. So once we finalize that area, we go ahead with literature screening, where we use tools such as Elicit, Skyspace. There are also other tools like Dimensions.ai, Scopus AI, which I will be explaining in the process. So Elicit gives us structured evidence tables. Skyspace gives us semantic research inside the PDFs. Using such tools such as Skyspace, we can download the PDFs and we can interact within the PDFs. So the another important part in the research journey is reading and summarization, where we use Skyspace for Q&A with uploaded PDFs. Because the articles for any research study to be strong, we need to have strong literature review. And when we have to do strong literature review, it is important we need to read and understand the research papers published in that particular area. So these tools such as Skyspace, Answer This, and Petal simplifies the summarization process. When we have PDFs and when we use these tools, this helps us to understand. These tools helps us to analyze various sections of the research paper, and it gives us a summary which gives a better idea about where the research has headed. And then comes data collection and analysis. So when we talk about data, there are two important types of data which we normally use in our research processes. One is qualitative and quantitative. Julius AI helps us to do the quantitative data analysis, whereas Insight 7 helps us to analyze the qualitative data. So how we will be using Insight 7 Julius AI, we will be also looking into it as a part of this particular session. After data collection and analysis, drafting and writing. So for drafting and writing, so writing a zero draft, though it is not considered as ethical to allow AI to write the complete draft, it is important to have a human intervention. So few tools which we can use mindfully for drafting and writing in specific areas. Can be Yomu AI and Jenny AI. We might not be looking into these tools in detail, whereas we will be focusing on polishing and review the tools such as PaperPal and Paper Wizard. PaperPal helps us to assess the grammar, tone, and plagiarism, which will help us to enhance the overall quality of the paper. Whereas Paper Wizard helps in pre-review. Paper Wizard acts as a tool which will, once our paper is completed, we upload our paper in this particular tool that assesses our paper from the point of view of a reviewer. This also we will take a look. So starting with the application of AI in idea generation. So there are three tools which will help us in terms of idea generation. One is Mind Map AI, which is AI powered auto mind maps, JitMind, and Idea Map. So in this session, I want to talk about how we can use Mind Map AI. So Mind Map AI uses artificial intelligence to auto generate mind maps from text, keywords, and prompts. It helps in quickly organizing thoughts. It summarizes content and turning notes into a structured diagram. It helps to summarize the lecture or research paper. It also gives us a visual plan about various variables used in a research study. We can even upload multiple PDFs, and we can ask the tool to establish a linkage between the various variables used in the research articles. So we can upload a base paper, and the tool can create mind maps based on individual sections too. So how it generally works, we can upload papers, two or more PDFs or text documents. The tool extracts key ideas, themes, and relationships across the documents, and it merges the content into one consolidated mind map, okay, which shows shared themes. And also we can customize the mind maps based on our requirement. So I want to move towards the screen which shows um, how we can use mind map. So this is a tool, AI tool, which has limited free option. So after a point in time, the tool demands us for advanced analysis, for advanced steps, the tool demands us to go for a paid subscription. But if we find the tool interesting, we can go ahead with a paid subscription. So how can we analyze in this particular mind map AI is we are clicking on create new. Okay, so in create new, we can actually ask, we can give keywords. For example, I want to maybe give a keyword related to the recent article which is published in Taylor and Francis, pet care service quality. And when I give a keyword, so the AI asks you, I can create a mind map for pet care service quality, customer, and it is also suggesting you few variables. This will include categories like service offerings, staff expertise, and various other things. And based on this, the tool has created a mind map. So this is one way of creating a mind map by using keyword. So the tool searches for the information from the internet, and from the internet it picks up the keywords and makes a uh, mind map. The other way of making it more relevant is if we have one or two papers, base papers, we can upload the PDF here. So I am just uploading a published article. Okay, and once it is loaded, I can even ask this particular tool to give a mind map on the literature reviews section of the particular paper. So I can ask the tool to give a mind map on specific sections of the research paper also. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So as I was trying this tool has a free limit. I was anticipating this some notification may come about paid subscription. So I had taken a screenshot of how this tool gives a result. Okay, so the prompt I have given to this particular tool is make a mind map on based on the variables used in this particular paper, and I have also uploaded one more paper related to this particular area, and I have also tried asking this tool combine these two papers and give a mind map. So it has beautifully given the variables. So I have used six variables. So I will also show you the conceptual model which I had for this published paper. So all the variables: tangibility, reliability, responsiveness, assurance, and empathy, all the six variables, and independent variables, and pet owner satisfaction, the other variables: pet owner engagement, service customization, and process innovation, is captured by this particular tool. And this study was conducted in the context of India versus UAE. That was also captured by this particular tool, and it has given a mind map. So this tool helps us to understand what are the key um, areas or variables or keywords used in a particular section of a paper or throughout the paper, which will help us to understand and help in topic ideation for our research process. Like this, we have other tools like JITMap, which can be used for mind mapping. So for idea generation, this is the tool I wanted to explain. The second area of research is literature screening. So one of the most important tool which I wanted to highlight here is Research Rabbit. So Research Rabbit is a free tool. We can use it. There is no paid subscription required for Research Rabbit. So Research Rabbit builds citation graphs and author networks. So it is like a Spotify for papers. If we have a research area, if we have seed papers, when we upload those seed papers, it helps us to collect the recent publications, and it tries to come up with a bibliometric analysis related to authors, related to various other research areas. So it helps in discovering new literature. It tracks the work of specific authors over time, and it also helps staying updated with latest publications in your niche. So let me go to the other screen, and before we get into Research Rabbit, I also want to discuss about dimensions.ai. Dimensions.ai is a tool. This is again a free tool, and this helps us to pull out research articles based on keywords or seed papers from multiple databases. So you can see here, it pulls out articles from publications, data sets, grants, patents, clinical trials, and policy documents. So what we have to do with respect to working on dimensions.ai, we can just give a keyword. Okay, pet care. I hope the screen is visible and the audience can see the dimensions.ai screen. I can't see the chat, so I just want to verify this. Is dimensions.ai screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Thank you. So pet care service quality. I enter this particular keyword. So as I enter this particular keyword, it gives me results. It gives me a lot of publications, the overall publications in lakhs. It also gives various other subdivisions. I can filter my results, okay, through publication year, where I can click the recent 2026 publications, 2025, also 2026. I can, once I add to search, it immediately filters. I can also filter through researchers. If I have some experts who are publishing to a greater extent in this particular domain, I can select those experts. I can even search for experts, as I have recently published in this particular area. I can even search for my name to identify. So you can see that a name, my name is displayed, and I can click. And so I'm not clicking and applying the filter because there are no major papers. Only one paper is published in this particular area. So I can select the researchers, and I can apply the filter. I can even select the research categories, the field of research, publication type. If we see the publication type, we can go with edited book chapters. So I am applying article here. Add to search. And so one advantage with this particular filter is, if I want to download the full papers, I can select this all open access. Okay, all open access, because when we don't apply this filter, we will have results from closed access, hybrid, and green also. So when we want to look for full papers, we may not get it. But in the initial stage of literature review, we should keep everything enabled, so that we will not miss out on the important areas. But when we have when we want to download full papers, we can select this all open access. And so when we apply these filters, okay, so we will get the results. And we can also save or export. Okay, we can say export results, okay, in the form of Excel, okay, in the form of BibTeX, okay, in the form of viewer. So these results can be uploaded in our literature survey softwares, which can be used for further analysis and citations. So dimensions.ai is a very useful and free tool, irrespective of the streams, engineering, science. Any researcher from any stream can use this particular tool to the best possible extent. Moving on to the next database-based tool is the Scopus AI. But for Scopus AI, especially when we go for systematic literature reviews, it is very important we have access to databases. For accessing Scopus AI, the institutional subscription should be there. So here is where the power of collaboration comes into picture. So when we have collaborations with authors from international levels and also from other institutions, even if a particular author is not having an institutional access, the collaborators, if they have an institutional access, it is easy for making the best use of this particular tool. So if we see the Scopus AI, there is a dedicated tab for this. When we click this, we can go to the deep research mode. And when we go to the deep research mode, we can simply give the keyword. Say, for example, if I want to understand, is there a systematic literature review? Systematic literature reviews add a lot of domain-based knowledge to the researcher, especially for a PhD scholar who wanted to start his research journey. It is always advisable to start with a systematic literature review, so that we understand what has happened in that particular domain, what is the trend, who are publishing the most. So is there a systematic literature review in the pet care based service quality? Okay, so I'm giving a prompt or a question to the tool, and we can see. So when we enable the deep research mode in the Scopus AI gives us suggestive questions. Okay, so it is analyzing, and once the analysis is done, the results will come. At the end of the results, we can see Scopus AI asks further questions. Do you want me to show systematic literature review in the healthcare sector, or do you want me to show systematic literature review with respect to any other variables? Likewise, um, it asks for the question. So that is the advantage of deep research. So as it is taking some time, I just want to park here with respect to the database tools. Okay, so where we use Scopus AI, Dimensions.ai, even Research Rabbit for that matter, to identify papers in our area of research. So this is the Research Rabbit dashboard. So how Research Rabbit is different from Dimensions.ai and Scopus database is Dimensions.ai and Scopus are database based artificial intelligence tools, which helps us to pull out papers across various published resources, whereas Scopus AI helps us to pull out papers from Scopus only, whereas Research Rabbit has some advanced way of showing us the bibliometric connect among the published articles. So when I'm trying to give a keyword, so I can name my collection. So collection is where we add the research papers. So pet care service quality or okay. So I create a collection for myself. Okay, once I create a collection, okay, so I click here and I add papers. 1 second. Okay, so now when I want to add papers, I can give the DOI of the published articles. So I am moving to the okay, so I select the DOI of the published article and paste it here. Even I can upload the BibTeX or the RIS file so that it can analyze and give us the analysis. So as I upload the collections, okay, as I upload the DOI, I can see the tool is giving us suggestions on what are the relevant papers in that particular area. You can see our paper is coming up, and based on these articles, what are the authors and what are the connections between the authors, how many articles they have published, and how many inter citations have happened, and also we can suggested authors. Okay, so who are the suggested authors in this particular domain? So like this we can use, and even we can click on abstracts. We can ask the tool to give the abstracts for us to view. So Research Rabbit is actually helping us to establish the connect or bibliometric linking between the authors, between the tools, I mean, between the research papers and in the area. So these are certain tools that I wanted to highlight related to literature review. Let me move on to the PPT. Another important tool which I wanted to highlight is the Elicit. Okay, so Elicit helps you to, it's a AI powered research discovery tool where it helps with literature review by suggesting relevant papers. It extracts key information from papers and it can also compare studies side by side. So it is a useful tool for evidence synthesis. So Elicit is also having a limited free option. We have okay, let me show you. This is the Elicit screen, and I had given a keyword pet care service quality and customer satisfaction, and Elicit has given us summary of top 4 sources. And when I click, if I have to if I asking the summary of 8 sources, It is asking me to upgrade to the next level. But we can see, based on the keyword, the tool has pulled out a recent article which is published in this particular area, and it has tried giving a summary of what is discussed in the recent article. Another important feature in this particular tool is, um, as it is showing the summary of four top sources, it is showing the paper, the abstract summary. Initially, it will show the paper and abstract summary. When we go to add new step, okay, one second, let me, sorry, it's not add new step, it's add columns. Okay, so as I had tested this particular tool, it is showing us to upgrade. But in the first free version, you will be able to add this summary, intervention, outcome measured, limitations, intervention effects, summary of introduction. As you keep on adding columns, you can see Elicit is giving you these columns. So I have, in the initial stages, I have added methodology, main findings to be displayed. So for this particular paper, what is the abstract, and then what methodology they have used in this particular in this particular area, and what are the main findings, okay, related to this paper. So likewise, Elicit gives us a detailed evidence and analysis about various sections of specific research paper which we wanted to know in depth. This is another useful tool which helps us to ease our reading process as we want to understand the depth of the research. It is important we read majority of the research papers, but this tool simplifies our reading process by giving us the summary of all the important sections of the research paper. This tool need not be applied only for social sciences. It can be applied for any types of streams such as science, engineering, etc. So just to have a quick response from the audience, till now, are you all able to follow? Is the way I am explaining? Are you all able to make some connect and meaning out of it? Maybe if I can see some thumbs ups, it will be good, because I'm sharing and juggling between the tabs. Okay, thank you so much, thank you. So I'm moving on to the next tool. So the next tool is about data analysis. Okay, in data analysis, there are two tools. One is Julius AI and another one is Insight 7. Both are paid tools. So Julius AI helps us to do the quantitative data analysis, where we can upload our Excel files and we can ask specific analysis to be done in terms of correlation, regression, time series analysis, whatever analysis we require in terms of quantitative data. Julius AI helps in quantitative data analysis, whereas Insight 7 is an AI driven tool designed to help researchers, product teams, and analysts extract insights from large amounts of data or qualitative data. So qualitative research is one of the complex areas of research, but it is the if we do it properly, the publication probabilities are very high, especially in the social science research. Even in sciences-based research, experimental research, and qualitative research is a very received area. So how will we do the qualitative research in Insight 7? I may not be able to demonstrate the entire process, but I will show you the dashboard. There is some issue with respect to uploading the data here. This is the screen dashboard which we can see after logging in the free subscription of Julius AI, where we can upload or choose a file to upload. And once we upload the file, we can select the list of tools, list of analysis we wanted to do on the quantitative data. Where this particular tool cannot do extensive analysis like structural equation modeling, it can do all the basic analysis, even demographic analysis, ANOVA, time series analysis, which will help us to add discussions to the research we are writing. The next tool is the Insight 7. Here also, in order to make you all understand, I tried generating an interview script by using our chat GPT. And after initial registration, after choosing the free subscription of Insight 7, we should upload the interview scripts. Um, so maybe 7 responses. Once we upload, and when we ask for extract insights, let us try now. Previously when I was trying, it was showing some network error, but I'm just showing you all the steps so that you people can do it uh, after this session also, because these tools are very simple and self-explanatory. Julius AI actually is a no-code tool. There is no need for a coding or extensive steps required for analysis. Similarly, Insight 7, for qualitative research, with respect to qualitative research, we need not go for extensive data collection. If we go for focus group discussions or interview based research, we go with limited data collections. We record the interview when we have an online interview, or when we, even if we have an offline interview, we record, transcribe and upload the transcription. So here we can upload PDF, CSV, text or document, and once we ask for extracting insights, the tool gives us various themes, okay, based on the text in the document. The tool gives us multiple um, um, themes and insights, which will be highly useful, and it simplifies the data analysis process related to qualitative research. So these are the two tools I want to discuss related to data analysis. Then comes one of the simple and useful tool in terms of AI. In terms of writing. Okay, so once we complete our article, once we finish the data analysis, and when we do lot of research writing where we put discussions, results, conclusions, it is important for us to have a quality check about the work we have done. So this PaperPal is an AI-powered academic writing assistant. It is designed for researchers. It offers grammar, style, clarity, and technical accuracy checks. And it provides real-time language suggestions within MS Word or web editor. So it helps in language enhancements. It improves grammar, vocabulary, academic tone, and readability. It also gives us, guidelines. It tries to align with the expectations of the target journal we are looking at, and it helps us to maintain consistency in writing, and also it gives feedback about the errors and also how to improve those errors. So let me quickly take you through the PaperPal as a tool. Yeah. So we can see here also it's a paid tool, but initially for it has a word limit to use the free services per day. 200 or 300 words is the limit given. So we can upload our article, and we can ask the tool to help us analyze the quality of article in terms of writing. So what I have done is I have uploaded my article, which is the published article. So before proofreading, I had a copy and I uploaded this particular article, and I had asked for PaperPal to give us the suggestion. So we can see it is trying to give us on the right side. Where I am keeping the cursor. So it is trying to give us various suggestions. So you can see this study examines, and it is highlighting what change need to be done. It is typically like a Grammarly software, where when we click this, it takes us to the respective section of the article. Okay, and when we say accept, it accept the changes. So if we go for a paid version of this particular tool, this helps us to improve the quality, the overall quality of the paper. It tries to give us suggestions related to rephrasing the article. It also helps us in understanding even small details like hyphenations, okay, and numbers, punctuations, preposition usage, tense usage, spacing. We can see the minute details, the suggestions this particular tool is giving. This helps us to enhance the quality of the overall, it enhances the readability of the paper. So it has given me 219 language suggestions. So this version which I have uploaded is before proofreading. So it is important that our papers should be proofread so that it passes on the review process to avoid desk rejection. It is important we ensure that the proper proofreading is done, so that the research journey becomes easy. So this is another tool which I wanted to highlight with respect to improving the readability, grammar check, and various other uses. Okay, so there is an AI review. There is a plagiarism module for this particular, which can be also used in this particular tool, but it will ask us to upgrade to use the other versions of this particular tool. Check the flow and structure. That is another area we can experiment. So it is giving you a detailed information. So when we go through this article, through these suggestions, it not only helps us to enhance the quality of this article, as we read through these suggestions in the future articles also, we learn a lot in terms of what are the common problems we have in terms of our research article, and how can we enhance the quality of the article. So as rightly mentioned by various publishers, a human intervention is mandatory before we submit any AI related results. So if AI is helping us in terms of improving the article, when we read through the suggestions given by the AI, it helps us in two things. One is to understand the areas where our paper is lagging and how we can improve it, and the other one is whatever suggestions given by AI, is it correct? Okay, we can validate it, and if the suggestions or corrections given by the AI is not um, you know uh, if we feel that it cannot be accepted, we need not accept, and we can ignore and go ahead with the next section. So this is about the PaperPal as a tool. Next tool which I wanted to highlight is Paper Wizard. So once we complete the entire research process to enhance the readability, grammar check, and other things, we normally do a proofreading, and so that readability increases. The critical step in any publication process is actually the review process. Okay, so when we send our papers to the journal, we get harsh reviews, we get detailed reviews, we may get desk rejections, we may get minor revisions, major revisions. But when we send our extensive research work where we had worked months together to a journal, and when it is desk rejected, then we have to start finding some other journal, and we have to wait for the review to come. So in order to avoid this, in order to increase the acceptance percentage or probability of our research paper, this tool helps us in terms of reviewing the entire paper from the peer review point of view. So from the reviewer point of view, this tool helps us. What are the areas this tool on face highlights if there are errors. It highlights on face saying that your analysis is wrong. Okay, and the Cronbach alpha value you have given is not up to the mark. So because of, though it is not up to the mark, though it is not satisfying the normal levels, you have mentioned that there is a reliability. So these areas the tool highlights. So as it highlights, we have a scope to change the suggestions, change the mistakes, so that when we send it to the reviewers, the desk rejection is avoided, and there are a lot of chances too many changes might not be there, as we are trying to correct majority of the areas using the um, tool like Paper Wizard. So I will also walk you through this particular tool. Here also, this is a tool with limited free version. So one suggestion what we can do is, when we create a kind of login in this particular tool, we can review one paper, though that is one credit. So when we get one credit, we can review one paper. And for the second paper, this tool will ask us to upgrade to the paid version. So in case if we don't want to upgrade to the paid version, but we can use the free versions to a maximum extent by having our co-authors doing the research analysis in different email IDs also we can do. So once I log in, this kind of screen comes, and I am uploading the document. So this particular tool accepts only PDF. It won't accept Word document. So I am uploading a document, a research paper which is not yet published, and it's a little old research paper. So I have uploaded this particular document, and after uploading, I submit for review. Okay, so now the tool is processing. Okay, it is taking a little time to process. Normally, it takes 1 or 2 minutes. This is a very simple. All the tools which I had shown, it's very easy to log in, and it is very easy to understand the process. It is not complex. Okay, even if we have doubts, we have AI coming and pitching. So we can ask ChatGPT, we can ask helping tools, AI helping tools to help us ease this process of using this particular tool. Okay, so as it is uploading, um, 1 or 2 minutes it may take. So I hope all of you got an idea about Paper Wizard. Once the review is completed, we can go back to this particular tab and try and understand what kind of reviews this particular tool is giving. So once we do this pre-review, this step can be called as pre-review. Once we do this pre-review, and when we get the review comments from this particular tool, we can improve this research article and submit it to the journal. So now, so we had discussed various tools from the beginning of idea generation. Then we moved on with literature review, then summarizing or understanding various sections of the research paper. Then we moved on with analysis, qualitative data analysis and quantitative data analysis. Later, we also discussed about increasing the readability, consistency of research writing, rectifying the grammar errors. Then finally, we had come to this step of using the tools such as Paper Wizard, where it does the peer review for our paper. Okay, so now after completing the peer review, so there are two ways of doing it. Okay, one ideal way of doing it is identifying a journal and customizing my paper according to the requirement of the journal. So some researchers, once they finalize the research area, for example, if I say that my research area is sustainable consumption, one of the top journals which comes in my mind is Journal of Cleaner Production, which is a category journal and which publishes scholarly articles in this particular area. When it comes to consumer studies, consumer behavior based journal, another A category journal which comes in my mind is the International Journal of Consumer Studies, which publishes scholarly articles in terms of consumer behavior by Wiley Publications. Now, every year, if we see International Journal of Consumer Studies calls for a systematic literature review. Now, also the call for systematic literature review is on. If I have to if I am planning to send my article to the special issue of International Journal of Consumer Studies, I will go through the basic structure of the paper which the journal requires, and I try to tailor make my research paper as per the journal requirements. That is one way of doing. Another way of doing is I identify, I complete the entire paper, and after I complete the entire paper, I use tools such as Journal Finder. Okay, so we have tools such as Journal Finder. Elsevier has its Journal Finder, and Springer has its Journal Finder. So what I can do is, once my research work has got over, or even if I am in the initial stages of research process, with the help of my abstract, I can try and understand what are the journals possibly I can send my research articles. Because one of the main reasons for desk rejection is if the scope of the journal and the areas covered in the paper, if it is not matching, then desk rejection happens. So normally when we send articles for publications, desk rejections comes within a month. But there are also journals which takes a lot of time in terms of publishing, giving the announcement about desk rejection or minor revision. So in that case, when we send an article to a journal which is not matching with the scope, and when we wait for the review to come, and when it is desk rejected, the 1.5 or 2 months the waiting time we had is actually wasted. So this is one best way to identify a right journal where I can send it for publication. So I am trying to take an abstract from the paper. Okay, so let me open this PetCare paper. I copy this abstract. I copy this abstract and paste it here. And once I paste this abstract, I just say find journals. Parallelly, I will try to do it in the Springer site also. So you can see based on the abstract, the journal is giving us suggestions. So it's on service quality, International Journal of Global Business and Competitiveness. Why global business and competitiveness is mapped? Because the study was conducted in the context of UAE and India. Okay, so there is a global perspective involved in this particular study. So it is easy for us when there is a global perspective involved. It is easy for us to get it published or revisions to come in this particular journal. Okay, so service business, which is related to service quality, Journal of Financial Services Marketing. So it is showing a lot of suggestions. Similarly, in Elsevier, if you see, the journal also gives Journal of Hospitality, Leisure, Sport, Tourism, and Education, and various other suggestions. So this is not an AI tool, but this is a very useful tool which will help us to understand where our article can get in. And once we understand this, for example, if I want to go with sustainable cities and society or research in international business in finance, or research in hospitality, leisure, sports, and tourism education, I can further explore this journal in terms of indexing and the citation score, etc. So this is about the journal finder tool, which will be useful for all of us to map it with the right journal. Okay, still it is taking some time. For to give a quick summary about the tools from the beginning, okay, from topic generation to pre-proofreading, we had discussed about mindmap.ai, which helps us to ideate our research problem, which helps us to ideate various concepts, variables in the research. This is again a paid tool, free version, limited free version is available. I can upload two PDFs. I can upload multiple documents and ask the tool to generate the mind map, which will give us a clarity. And then we have tools such as dimensions.ai and scopus.ai. Dimensions.ai helps us to understand, gives us access to various publications in various sources, and scopus.ai helps us to understand the it helps us to do a deep research in terms of various articles published in the Scopus as a platform. So we can ask follow-up questions like ChatGPT. This Scopus.ai also is interactive, and we can pull out a lot of qualitative suggestions from this particular tool. Sometimes this Scopus.ai helps us to understand research gaps in that particular area. If I say that help me with the research gap, but this is a preliminary search. We cannot decide the research gap um, only based on the results given by AI, but it gives a rough understanding about what are the areas the gap exists. I can dig deeper into those areas so that it helps me in terms of further fine tuning of my research gaps. So you can see what are those areas. We can focus on cultural influence, on health service quality measurement models, likewise. So Scopus AI helps in these areas where the tool is very interactive. Then comes Research Rabbit, which helps us to establish the bibliographic linkage. And then there is one more tool which I missed explaining because it is also a paid tool. As I was talking about the systematic literature review, this Ryan.ai is another interesting tool which helps us to understand various research articles published in this particular area. We can even use screening. So in the systematic literature review, AI tools can be largely used in systematic literature review, because systematic literature review is the process of sourcing and eliminating and assembling the high quality research published in that particular area, and we come to a consensus about the past research trends and what we can do in the future. So it involves a lot of reading, it involves a lot of homework by the researcher who is doing the systematic literature review. So these AI tools can simplify um, our systematic literature review process, where it helps in reviewing data, it helps in screening data, it helps in full text screening also, it helps us to extract the data. So this Ryan, through Ryan dot AI, even through Scopus AI, we can extract the CSV files. Okay, from the Scopus platform, we can extract the CSV files of the data, CSV files of the reference articles we wanted to use in our bibliometric analysis, and when we feed it into bibliometric analysis tools, we can get a nice map which we saw in Research Rabbit, an in-depth map. So this is Ryan. Ryan is another important tool which can be used for systematic literature review. Then we discuss about Elicit, how Elicit helps us to summarize and summarize the article, and also various sections of the article can be discussed. Julius for quantitative research and Insight for qualitative research, and Paperpal for improving the readability of the article, and Paper Wizard for doing a pre-review before submitting the paper. So now the Paper Wizard tool had completed the analysis. I am just viewing the analysis of what is the review comment this particular tool has given. So when we read the feedback about this particular tool, this particular tool is a very exhaustive tool which goes through each and every section of the research paper, and it provides the review. So you can see this is the content given by Paper Wizard. It gives a manuscript summary, review synopsis, major comments. What are the major comments and what are the minor comments? We can even click so that it takes us to the major comments. So if you see, the review comments are quite detailed. So when I come down, you can see major comments, communication and reporting standards. This is again a paper which is yet to be proofread. Okay, so abstract accuracy and results of misrepresentation. It gives you a complete critique about the abstract and what are the misrepresentations shown, and how can we address this particular problem. It is suggesting us to revise the title to accurately reflect supported findings. Okay, and also it talks about the variables, study design variables, and it gives measurement and common method based issues. And when a tool is helping us to understand all these major issues, we can improve the paper before sending it to any journal, so that, as I mentioned previously, the publication process becomes smooth. So you can see the minor comments also the tool has given. So when we analyze the internet feedbacks about Paper Wizard is very blunt. It gives us very strong feedbacks, but getting a strong feedback from a tool before we send our paper for publication is way better than getting a rejection from the reviewer. And again, we need not incorporate or change as per the suggestions, as per all the suggestions given by the tool. A human intervention is required so that we understand the critique, we understand whether the problem is really existing, and accordingly we change the structure of the paper and writing of the paper. So this is about the Paper Wizard tool, which helps us to pre-review. So I don't want to load a lot of tools in this particular session, where my agenda was to list out the tools which can be helpful, mostly tools with free subscription, at least a limited free subscription, so that we can understand in various stages of research process how these tools are used. Now we are coming to the most important section, because we had discussed a lot of tools. It is important we use those tools mindfully. So in order to give a broader perspective about how we can use such tools, I want to highlight an article which is published in Nature. Nature is a multidisciplinary science journal, which is which started in 1800s, and it is having a lot of legacy in terms of publishing high quality articles. So Nature conducted a research. Is it okay for AI to write science papers? Nature survey shows researchers are split. So they have conducted survey among 5,000 researchers. Okay, 5,000 researchers, and they found contrasting views on when it is acceptable to involve AI and what needs to be disclosed. So to have a quick look on this particular survey, so you can see the first question. Okay, they have given a situation-based question. So out of this 500 plus participants who have participated in this survey worldwide, percentage of the researchers were from India. So you can see the first survey question. Dr. Blocks writes a first draft of their research article. Then they use ChatGPT or another generative tool to help edit the article. such as by asking for suggestions about its clarity, flow, or tone. They don't disclose that they used AI. What is your view of this behavior? So the responses were appropriate, only appropriate if AI use is disclosed, only appropriate if prompts are disclosed, not appropriate under any circumstances. If we say appropriate as one and only appropriate if AI use is disclosed, so we can say maybe to understand from the audience for this particular question. One, so appropriate is number one, only appropriate is number two, only appropriate if prompts are disclosed, not appropriate under any circumstances is number four. Okay, so what is your view on this from the audience? If you can give us some numbers, what is your view? In the chat box, you can put the number. Can AI be used for editing the articles? This is the first question asked in this particular survey. Okay, okay, we have responses where Sir Shashi is telling number two, approximate to disclose. Okay, thank you, Dr. Gigi. Okay, we have more messages. Okay. Okay, so considering the time factor, so we can see the response from the audience. If it is only for editing, okay, so 35% of the audience had told that it is appropriate. 35% have mentioned only appropriate if AI use is disclosed, and 20% only appropriate if prompts are disclosed. Only 10% of them had mentioned it is not appropriate under any circumstances. So likewise, there are a series of questions drafting or summarizing with AI. Can AI be used to draft research articles where we can see a larger number of respondents have told it is not appropriate under any circumstances to use AI for a complete research article draft. First draft also people are not fine with using AI, and opinions about using AI to draft different sections of a paper. So we can see a research paper has multiple sections: abstract, introduction, methods, results, discussion, and conclusion. So where a lot of people have told it is not appropriate to use AI is results. Okay, results and conclusion. More than 60% of the audience had mentioned that it is not appropriate to use AI. So with respect to peer reviews, say for example, tools like Paper Wizard, if a researcher or if a faculty member or a research guide is getting a paper for review, can we use research tools? Can we use AI tools for doing the peer review? The response is here also, it is not appropriate under any circumstances to use AI tools for review. As we know, AI also hallucinates, so it is important. It's a hard work of a researcher or a fellow co-author or fellow author like us. So it is important we go through in person to understand the quality of the paper and suggest a decision. Similarly, again for the next type of review, Dr. Blocks asks an AI tool specific questions about a paper. So if we can ask specific questions and for example, whether the research methodology is proper or is there any gap in the research methodology, whether the research gap is properly justified, we ask specific questions as a reviewer to this particular tool. So there is somewhat agreement in this particular area. So what is the takeaway from this particular paper? Okay, I wanted to show this particular paper. The agenda behind showing this particular paper is what is the mindset of people, researchers across the globe about using AI tools in various areas of research. And we had also understood that there is a lot of opinions about where AI can be used in terms of introduction as a supporting factor, in terms of improving the readability of the paper, in terms of improving consistent writing style, in terms of simplifying the analysis process. Okay, these are the various areas we can use AI for um, improving the quality of the paper. Um, Finally, I also wanted to show one more important aspect. So Elsevier's generative AI policy key rules. Okay, so now as researchers are using artificial intelligence in the process of research writing, journals like Elsevier, Springer, they are coming up with guidelines for using AI. So I had tried collating. It's an extensive policy document by Elsevier, a 3 to 4 page document. So I tried, highlighting few important areas. What is the policy they have with respect to usage of generative AI? So use of AI for language clarity is acceptable, but don't replace your ideas. Disclosure required. It is ideal we give the name of the tool and how the tool is used, and we can confirm our editing. AI cannot be credited as co-author. Previously, when this AI buzz was starting, we had seen papers coming up with AI as one of the co-authors. AI cannot be co-author. AI can augment the research process. Only a human can have a research idea, curate the research idea, and come up with a research analysis. And ideally, we should not use AI generated images. In case for science based research, medical field, when we use AI based images, we have to disclose. That also depends on the individual policies of the journal. And reviewers, editors, please don't upload manuscripts into AI tools. This is the suggestion given by the journal Elsevier. Responsible use of AI in terms of improving the overall quality of the research journey is what we need to understand, so that application of these tools helps us to simplify the process, helps us to reduce the timing, helps us to improve the quality of the work, helps us to reduce monotony. With this, I want to conclude. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to take. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now the platform is open for question answers. If you have any queries, you may ask directly or leave a message in the chat box.
So there are various other tools. Maybe I will share the list of tools with the organizers. The organizers can share it with all the participants, because in this 1.5 hour sessions, when we touch on a lot of tools, it may be complex for everybody to process it. So I wanted to structure it as per the sections of the research paper, whereas for individual sections, we have various tools. For literature review itself, we have various tools. For example, Litmap is another tool which I forgot. I didn't include in this particular presentation. Yeah. Is there any question? Somebody was trying to unmute. Okay. Can we access, so Dr. Manisha has asked, can we access our own list of publications indexed in Scopus database without subscription? Dr. Manisha, from Scopus database, it is difficult. We cannot access without subscription, but we can use tools such as dimensions.ai, which helps us to pull out papers. If the journal has an open access policy, these tools can help us to extract the papers through from the journal directly. So when we go to dimensions.ai, we select open access journals, open access provisions, and when we select open access, we can download the papers. But without subscription, yeah, it's difficult. We cannot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Is there any other? Thank you, Dr. Sashria. Other than Journal Finder, is there any source to match our paper for quartile publications? There is no specific AI tool which can help us understand this, Rupashri ma'am. But it may, we expect it may come in the future. Uh, Now, as of now, when we try to send our research papers to multiple journals, initially we start with one journal. We have reputed publishers in mind, like Elsevier, Emerald, and Springer, Wiley, kind of. So as we know that we are interested in sending our paper for these reputed publishers, as we have limited publishers like that, we can go, because Wiley kind of publishers or Elsevier kind of publishers have hundreds of journals under their portfolio, and most of it is indexed in Scopus, and they are also listed in ABDC. So we can use those journal finders so that we target a high quality journal, and we get access to a lot of journal suggestions also. Okay, Ms. Anne.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Professor Anne have asked, is it possible in AI to get various formats in publishing articles as per the required norms of journal? With respect to individual journals, it is not there. Whereas we can see, another way of doing is we can upload a paper which is published in that particular journal, and ask the AI to understand the structure of that particular paper, and we can give a prompt in terms of helping us structure the paper as per the requirement of the journal. This is one way of customizing our entire research content depending on the journal. I hope, Professor Anne, I have clarified your question. Thank you, Professor Anne. So I will also share the entire list of AI tools which can be used for various purposes with the organizer. So I request the faculty coordinators to please pass this to the participants. So any kind of queries or any kind of support required in terms of AI tools, please feel free to connect with me. I have given a LinkedIn profile link, and also my email ID here. I'll give it in the chat. So please connect with me. I will be happy to connect with. Thank you so much for all those feedbacks. I'm humbled with all your messages. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for patiently addressing the questions and sharing such valuable perspectives. As we come to the close of today's session, it is my proud privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. On behalf of Department of Professional Management Studies of Christo Jayanti University, I express our deep gratitude to our distinguished resource person, Dr. Vasudevan M., for delivering such a thought-provoking session on AI applications in academic research. Your insights have indeed opened new avenues for us to explore. Most importantly, I extend sincere thanks to all the participants for your active involvement and thoughtful interaction, which made the session engaging and meaningful. Thank you. And the link of the feedback form will be shortly circulated. Kindly fill out the feedback form to the participants. So before we conclude, I would like to share a quick update about tomorrow's FTP session. The session will be held online at 5 p.m. And we are privileged to have Dr. Rajesh Khanna, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, Christ University, Bangalore, as our resource person. He will be speaking on very timely and insightful topic, ethical and responsible use of AI in education. We warmly invite all participants to join tomorrow's session and gain from the expertise. With this, we formally conclude today's session. Stay inspired, keep learning, and let AI be your partner in your academic discovery. Thank you and have a wonderful evening ahead.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Vasudevan sir. Really, it was a wonderful session.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so considering the time, I had to limit some tools, but there are many other tools which we can use. So
Okay.
maybe I will share the document with ma'am, maybe in the email ID which
Yeah,
from where you
sure.
have received the invitation.
Yeah,
Please.
sure, sir. So that we can share it to participants as well.
Yes, 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 ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the informative session.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thanks to Rupashri ma'am, thanks to the HOD ma'am and Dean sir, the faculty coordinators for this opportunity. So let's stay connected. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank
Thank
Good
you,
you,
evening.
sir.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Participants can leave for the day.
You can
Jagdish
end
sir
the
can
meeting.
end the meeting.
Yeah, it is recording on.
Sir, you can end the meeting, sir. Automatically it will be recorded.
Okay.
Okay.